Alright, when you start jungling, one of the main items, there are basically two main builds for most junglers. It is either boots and potions, if you want to be aggressive and gank and jungle a bit faster. But another one, and a safer route, is just cloth armor and 5 potions. Usually it's used on weaker jungles, or if you expect them to be kind of jungly. If you want to save money on wards, and you want to get a good item that gives you a lot of sustain, after you get your razors, you could upgrade them to the Wriggles Lantern. It gives you a ward every 3 minutes. So basically, whenever the ward runs out, you have one more to place. Even with this item, you should probably still get maybe a couple more wards. But don't get this item on tanky junglers, or tanky junglers in general, like Nautilus or Alistar. That doesn't help them as much as other items do. And a lot of those, some jungles actually don't start with cloth armor generally. Like Skarner. He starts with something else, a regrowth pennant for sustain. The standard jungling route for most champions is you start at blue. But since I'm Shyvana, I should probably start at red, but I'll just start at blue to demonstrate for this video. Usually you get a leash, and you start taking down blue. It's better if you could do it without using any potions, and just smite it, and you get blue. Alright, next, you have an option. You could just get wolves if you want. Grab them right here. Okay, after you get wolves, you have an option. You could gank, set up an easy gank here, but if there's no gank, or you just want to hurry up in the jungle, you could just go through. Now, one way to do it, you could just get Golem's Wraith in red, or you could start at Wraith, get Golem, and you gotta kill both of them, and then when your smite refreshes, you get red, and then get a gank off. Usually ganks are more effective with the red buff, because since you have a slow, it should be an almost guaranteed kill if they're pushed up. Alright, when you get the Golem, what you're gonna do, the Golem on the right gives gold, it gives you a lot more gold and heals you. So if you want to kill that one first, you get the gold and the health regen. And then what you want to do is when you go up, by the time you get back to red, your smite should be up. And then when you go for red, okay. Then after you get red, you should be set for a gank bot. And you just go get the gank, depending on how it is. If it's unsuccessful, you might have enough time to steal their blue. Or you might want to go for dragon if there was a team fight or something. But that's about it. That's the basic route. After this, you just recall, get some razors, and you should be able to jungle wherever you want after that. Alright, if you're roaming in the jungle, and you see your enemy jungler out of position, or just roaming around, and you could take advantage of it, and take whatever buff you can. Make sure you're far away from them, so that there's no chance they could get you. Taking a buff from a jungler is devastating, and it can really affect their jungle level and their goal. But if you're doing it and they're not that far away from you, they find you at the buff, they can get an easy kill and get the easy buff on. As a jungler, ganks are probably the most important thing for your team, besides an early dragon. Also, early dragons could be gained by getting the Wriggles Lantern. It's one of the few items that allows you to get the early dragon, and usually the enemy team won't be expecting it, so they won't have it warded yet. Okay, another important thing is ganks. Now, you could get the early gank mid without red buff, and that should really devastate him. Should usually get you the kill and just allow your mid to just immediately win the lane. Now, If you don't get that off, you get red buff, and then you want to gank bot. Now when bot's overextended like this, you can usually pick up an easy kill on them with help from the bot. I mean, of course. Alright. Wards are really important to a jungler's game. If you think they're gonna steal your red buff, you can ward that. What one essential ward should always be Dragon, because Dragon can be taken almost any time in the game after it's spawned, and so you want to ward that pretty early game. And if you're planning on stealing a buff, you can ward that. And late game, a great ward place is Baron. After about 25 minutes, you should start warding there if you think they have the potential of getting it. And one thing you should always check before you gank is ask the bot lane or whatever lane you're ganking if they have any wards, because wards could completely stop your gank and could actually get you killed.